2022, Tuesday evening. This is a special meeting. Last week was canceled due to 4th of July, and we will have another meeting next week on Tuesday, July 19th as well. So roll call, we'll just start off by letting everyone know Commissioner Belandro Anaya has been under the weather and will not be joining us this evening. Commissioner Powers?
Here.
Commissioner Donner?
Here.
Commissioner Brennan?
Here.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do invocation, pledge, and the salute.
I ask Heavenly Father to give us guidance as our town and this country goes through troubling times, to give us the fortitude to do what we need to do, the wisdom to do it in the right way, and the prosperity to make correct decisions. In your name I pray. Thank you.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico and the Zia symbol of perfect unity among united cultures.
Tongue-tied.
Okay, approval of agenda. Need a motion.
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
I make a motion that we approve this evening's agenda.
thank you, Commissioner Brennan. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Powers seconds, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, public comments. So any of you here in the room, let's start with you. Come on up to the podium if you have any public comments. No one? No. Yeah, come on up. All right. If you could just state your name and where you're from, that would be great.
I'm Flying Bill Bryan. I'm the past president of the Edgewood Lions Club and a couple others besides that. Anyway, what I came to talk about tonight was signs. Most any small town or big town, when you come into town, you can tell whether there's a Lions Club, Rotary, or whatever in that town. Sorry to say this town is not one of those. We're willing to buy the signs, our signs, if you would put them up at the 3 places where you come into town. And you've got all the other nonprofit organizations. You got Boy Scouts, 4-H, half a dozen others that are here. And if somebody's trying to move into this area, it'd be good advertisement for your town to know that these places, that clubs and different things exist. And we were more than willing to buy the 3 signs to put them up, if you'll put them up. That's all I have to say. My wife has something to say about another project we've got going on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Howdy. I'm Debbie Bryan. I'm with the Edgewood Lions Club. I'm the immediate, or no, I'm not anymore. It's July 8th. I'm past district governor for our district. Our club, thanks to an ad I saw from a Tucson Lions Club, they were having a bike rodeo. So I was wondering if I could have access to the parking lot area of the town hall to have a bike rodeo. Kate and I found October 1st to be opened for this event. We have the backing of our fantastic police department to do this as a co-sponsor. I'm pushing at you. So that's what I came to ask, if it's approved by the town, if we could go ahead and hold it on October 1st. That's my event. And also, when Blind Bill was talking about the signs, we do have somebody in our club that volunteers to make mounts for the signpost also, if y'all can't do it. So we just need the places to put them and the approval to put them up. And I also want to commend your interim police chief, David Lucero. He is a fantastic person. Lovato. I got the first letter right up front. That guy. on his job that he's doing for your town and for the help he's given, the line of support he has for us. So we want to thank you very much for your time. And I'd like y'all to take that into consideration. We sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Okay, we can go, Jesus, if you want to unmute caller 2. Caller 2, any public comment? Okay, and then we have a couple on the go-to meeting. You can unmute yourself if you have any comments. All right. Hearing none, we'll go ahead to the next agenda item, approve, amend, and disapprove minutes. I'd like to make a motion to pull these minutes for work.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, matters from the mayor. Just wanted to mention for 4th of July, the car show and the Arts Alliance were great. And thank you to everyone who volunteered for that. And had a great kind of overcast day for once. It was very nice out there. The YES program has been very, very successful. I think it's actually not 60 attendees, but I think it's more like 85 roughly around there. And so the students are having a great time. We get to see them around town hall and really appreciate everyone coming together to make that happen. So Parks and Recreation, Linda Burke, and administration, of course, Ben, everyone just kind of pulling together as a team. It's been a very, very successful program for our youth, and that's one of the things that the people have always asked for when we survey them is recreation for our youth, and that we need more of that. And so we hope to continue with those types of things. I think we have movie nights, for example, coming up pretty soon, and maybe we can have those announced a little bit later on. I did also attend Mayor's Luncheon in Mountain Air, and so quite a few of us mayors from the area, including Tim Keller from Albuquerque and Greg Hall from Rio Rancho and several others, had lunch together, which was great, just to kind of collaborate and talk about what's going on in our respective cities. And of course, the big topic for Albuquerque was crime and homelessness. And it was recognized, that it's a national issue, but something that definitely needs work on. And so we also talked a bit about the judicial system and prosecution of cases and the catch and release and all of that. And there are going to be some advisory councils meeting this summer on those topics that I may be able to attend. So we're going to send information out on that, and it's something that I feel strongly about to kind of help the situation. So let's see, what else? The infrastructure funding is still headed our way through various grant programs and state agencies, and so we just need to continue to apply for those. And the water treatment quality facility, we were able to meet with the engineers and make progress there, and some of for the future planning and vision for treating the water here in Edgewood for our citizens and businesses. And so that's moving ahead. Hopefully we receive the federal appropriation. We'll see. The last I heard about a week ago, the EPA had reviewed it, and it was going to committee. And so we'll have to see what happens from there. And that's all I have, I think, tonight. So, Mayor Pro Tem Powers.
I don't have any comments.
Commissioner Brennan.
The only thing I wanna say for tonight is I've been working on an idea for the situation we have with the Houston Bridge. I'm going to have it put on the agenda for next week. I have a plan that I think will be acceptable to everybody, and meet everybody's requirements, including the state's requirements where that bridge can be placed. It's a good idea, so we're gonna put that up next week.
All right, we'll get that on the agenda for next week. Commissioner Donner?
No, I don't have anything for tonight.
Not anything? Okay. All right, matters from the interim clerk treasurer.
Yes, Mayor and Council, we have more staff, new staff to introduce tonight. We're really pleased. I will start with Lucia, Lujan. She was hired as our, finance specialist. And would you like to come up and tell them a little bit about yourself? You've been with us since last week.
Hi, my name is Lucia Lujan, and I come from a background of, I didn't want to move your step. Okay? Hello, my name is Lucille Lujan, and I have a bachelor's degree in accounting. My background comes from working with tax and revenue, audit and compliance, and then in the protest office, also doing full spectrum of books, bookkeeping for a heating air conditioning company. I look forward to working for the town of Edgewood. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And the next sitting next to me is Rebecca Anaya, and she is working as our administrative assistant, full-time position in the front. And a little bit of everything. We've already got her running.
Good afternoon. I'm Rebecca Anaya, and I'm coming from the Department of Public Safety. I worked for the state police for the last 19 and a half years. I did start out with the town of Edgewood in 2003, under a joint powers of agreement with the town of Edgewood, so that we would have some policing here in the Edgewood area. And from that, it built into a full-time job over state police in Albuquerque. So I've done a little bit of administrative work throughout the years, a little Jill of all trades, I should say. So, and they're putting me my feet to the fire right away. So I hope to do a good job. I'm excited to come back to work for the town of Edgewood.
That's great.
Welcome.
Next, matters from the interim town manager.
I don't have much to say except that, I just want to thank the Parks and Recreation, Ben, and, Jerry Powers for, doing a wonderful work with the, Echo Ridge Park. It's something to be proud of. I'm very proud of it, the signage, the fencing, and, I know the work they put into it because I had to close out the grant for June 30th, and we were not aware of the grant, and they picked up and ran with it and did it all in 2 months. It's fantastic. Thank you.
Were you gonna talk about a task order, Kay? Or maybe next,
Task order,
okay.
the one we had discussed.
I just had a little note here about a task order, but it's maybe next.
It'll come up anyway, because we've got an item on the agenda related, the one that Ken's gonna bring up.
Oh, okay.
So-
Is that what it related to for the bridge?
Yeah,
Okay. All right,
I apologize. What we're discussing is that, there's some questions about the location of the bridge, and that, we've had, documentation given to us about, engineering and all this, and, just so that, we are very clear and, very comfortable with exactly how we do it, we are going to, ask Dennis Engineering, and this is FYI, set up a task order for them to, review the document and, give us their, opinion of, if, if the concerns are legitimate, and really, have a very, well-accepted, opinion that, so that, when we do put the bridge, wherever the location, we will not regret locating the bridge there.
Madam Mayor.
Yes, Commissioner Powers.
I just want to say I appreciate that because, we have had differing opinions from, members of the community that are engineers, and we've had a lot of, uncertainty around it for that reason. So I appreciate you putting it on the agenda, Ken, for next week too, to discuss it, because we need to discuss it. I just want to have an independent review. I think that's fantastic, and get someone who hasn't got a long history of this and, to review it and just make sure that we are doing the right thing with regard to location and construction.
All right. Matters from the interim police chief.
Good evening. So I don't have much. The police chief position is posted, so the town is accepting applications for police chief, hoping to get some really good applications for that one. We also have, one vacancy as far as patrol officers. We desperately need to fill that position. We had one before you all at the last commission meeting, I'm sorry. And, he's on FTO, hasn't quite gotten past our stage yet. We have a 3-week minimum, so we are really excited to have him boots on the ground. One last thing, the Edgewood Police Department will be doing a school supply drive to help offset the cost of inflation and how it's affecting families in the Edgewood area. So if anybody wants to partake in that school supply drive by dropping off donations as far as unused school supplies and stuff like that, we're gonna kick that off on Monday of next week. So we will have that open and available to the public for families in need, and as long as supplies last. So we are hoping to help out as many families with their school supply list as possible. And I'll stand for any questions.
Great. Members of the public can probably get more information on Facebook, right? On your Facebook page?
Yes, through Facebook, or reach out to us at the police department.
Okay. Great.
Great program, thanks.
Next, discussion and action items. Commissioner Brennan.
Madam Mayor, as everybody's well aware, Edgewood was founded on July 1st, 1999. Our 25th anniversary is coming up in 2 years, and I think that's a milestone. It's, when you, for married folk, that's your silver anniversary, and that's always a big one. And I want to go ahead and start now for planning a celebration for that week. That gives us 2 years to get planning, funding, and everything else in place. No rush job. So let's see here. Since on July 1st, I looked at the calendar on 2023, it's actually a Monday. So we could work something out where there's actually activities going on that entire week for the celebration. I would like to bring in ideas and, support from the town. One of the things that I came up with right off the bat, and this would be a great, being that's 2 years out, there's plenty of time, is to put out a competition to have somebody write a song for Edgewood to be the official song of Edgewood. When next start going into next year, we can start looking at the applicants and what's been put forward, and actually listen to what they have. then as a town, we can go ahead and decide which one would have the honor of being the author of that song. And have that song presented at the celebrations, and then going forward, that song could also be sung at every town event, along with the national anthem. Other ideas like that for that we can put together. So I think Parks and Rec, they did such a great job with the Purple Heart Trail work, and they did it in such a short time. I think with given 2 years, we can have one heck of a celebration for Edgewood.
KR.
I just want a couple of clarifying bits of information. Are you going to give us a budget line for the next 2 years so we can start buying things in advance?
That is something that the commission will have to discuss. That's why we're doing it 2 years out and not 6 months.
I think we can keep the budget under 25,000. I'm just asking, you know, if you don't ask, you don't get. Okay, so you're looking for a full week activity, events every day. You want, children's events as well?
Yes, I want everybody, the whole town to be involved.
Okay, so we'll have some senior citizen events. Have to do it, you know, around lunchtime. That's what we want.
Before 2.
Okay, good. Is there any other specific items you all want to give us? I will talk to the Park and Rec Committee tomorrow night about this.
Well, that's why we're starting now. We can take these ideas, I heard mural, we can start putting these ideas together. The first couple of months is just gathering ideas, figuring out what things are gonna cost, and then we can start working on budget for it. And getting whatever corporate sponsors we can get to jump in on this, because like I said, I would like to see this to be a grand celebration like Edgewood has never seen before.
It will be.
I just put the bar up there.
Okay, do we have a motion?
You gonna say something?
Well,
Madam Mayor?
it's for action, and it would be, actually directing the administration, to make this event happen, really. I mean, the town manager who would then make the event happen, so.
Madam Mayor?
Yes,
I would like to make a motion that we, direct Parks and Rec to start the planning of the 25th anniversary, starting for July 24th. And you start presenting ideas and plans to the commission so we can move forward to planning on budgeting.
I'll second.
okay, it's been moved and seconded to direct Parks and Rec to start gathering ideas over the next couple of months, and bring forward information for a budget for an Edgewood 25th anniversary celebration. Now, okay, so we have a motion and a second, and then as far as discussion, I'm just trying to clarify here, I guess Parks and Rec meaning, you know, Ben along with the advisory committee, right? So that, okay, yeah. Okay, just want to make sure administration is involved in that as well. And any other discussion? No?
No, I think it's a great idea.
It is a great idea. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, exciting. Next, I'll go ahead and make a motion to call for a public hearing to adopt the Infrastructure Capital Improvement Plan, ICIP, for 2024 to 28 at the August 9th, 2022 meeting.
I'll second.
Okay,
Madam
any discussion?
Chair?
Yes.
Why is it so far out? Does it take that much time to publish?
It does. It
Yeah.
takes an extraordinary amount of time, because by the time we call for it, then to get it into the paper takes at least a few days, and then we have a minimum requirement of 14 days, so.
Okay. That was my only question.
Yeah. Also, we wanted to ensure that the new town manager was involved too.
Mhm.
So, and we do have a discussion on ICIP at a future meeting, though, I think it's next week, isn't it? So this is this will be the public hearing, but we will also be open for public input on the ICIP next Tuesday, so. And I guess we should probably let Kate and Stephanie know what we want to see in the packet. Do we want last year's, to start with last year's, and then we change it up? Or, you know, from the input that we receive, or do we want them to come up with something and present it to us in the packet? Whatever the commissioners want. For me, I'm fine. There was so much work done on the ICIP that I'm fine with just a starting point in the packet of the current one that we have. If you guys are okay with that. Okay. Are you okay with that?
That would be,
Just the
2
current.
weeks in the current one. And how will it happen at the open meeting or the public hearing? And the public can weigh in and add, we can add, or?
Yeah, actually, we have kind of a informational discussion
I see.
type next week.
Right, and this is
So,
the
that's what I'm
ICIP that we
saying.
did with all those items last year,
Yeah, just this past
just
year.
last year. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a lot of work, so, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
That's
so I'm
fine
just
with
trying to figure out what to get into the packet for this Friday.
me. Yeah.
Or, you know, and just keep that and as a starting point, because I know we need to give something to the public for them to be able to talk to us about it on Tuesday.
Okay.
So, and then there won't be any decisions at that one next week, but then at the public hearing is when we can actually, you know, take more input, make any changes as well, and then vote. So,
Madam Mayor, Commission, I left it open also for a second meeting before the public hearing.
okay, good.
To be scheduled, so that way you can start talking about your prioritizing.
Okay. Good. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Actually, I think I need to do roll call. Commissioner Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Brennan,
Aye.
Commissioner Donner,
Aye.
and I vote aye. And next, public comments. So anything else from the public? No? Online, you want to unmute caller 2, please? And anyone on GoToMeeting, you can unmute yourself if you have a comment.
A comment on just this, or can we ask a question?
You can ask a question.
We have a community effort going together to help out the family at 14 Mustang Avenue. We actually had our first community cleanup day where we filled a 40-yard dumpster in like 3 hours. And, we got about 40% of the property taken care of, and we're actually trying to connect the family with resources to help them get caught up on their debts, to fix up the other house so maybe they can sell it and use that to pay off their debts, basically to see what we can do as a community to help them out. I was wondering if there's anything town of Edgewood can do to assist us. While we have labor access, we don't have that much in the way of resources, especially, for example, another dumpster would be amazing. It speeds things up quite substantially, because right now we have to switch over to, filling trash bags, and then as volunteers come by with our trailers and we take what we can to the transfer station. So if there's any resources that Edgewood could help us with, that would be quite wonderful.
Okay. Chris, can you give us your full name?
My name's Chris Taylor.
Okay, that's what I thought. I've been tracking this on the Nextdoor app and really appreciate all the community is doing. Thank you guys so much, for carrying and being willing to go over there and talk to her and, pitch in like a community does. So, also, I did think that Stephanie could probably share the cleanup days that the town has, scheduled.
The next ones are August 13th and 14th.
Okay.
I wasn't able to do anything for July because the Venus Park and the Pavilion were booked for every weekend through July.
Okay, I thought the suggestion was to bring it over here, to bring the roll-offs over here. I saw the email, suggestion to just bring it over here to town.
I mean, I can still do something, I can still call and order, see if I can order some.
I think we should, so that people have the option. Okay, so Chris, what that means is July, you said 13th and 14th?
No,
I'm sorry, August.
August is the next one, but if you want something for July, I can set something up for the parking lot area.
Okay.
Let me make a call tomorrow to see when I can get dumpsters, and then I'll make sure that we send out, post it on the website, and we'll also post, and make people aware that we may have this other one going.
Okay, great. And then Chris, just to let you all know for, information on this, we do these, dumpsters for the entire community so that it's available to everyone. And I know it won't be too far to drive. I know it's kind of a pain, to bring it over here. But we're not allowed to use, town funds to benefit a specific individual. So that's why we wouldn't be able to donate it, the roll-off to that specific property. But we can, of course, you know, have many roll-offs over here for the town, for all of the town members to use. So I think that's a good, resource.
And Madam Mayor, just to remind you, on that, when I post that, I'll put what we can and we cannot take, okay?
Okay.
That will not be allowed from the company.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any other public comments? Okay,
Also-
future meetings.
If the town of Edgewood is aware of any resources that we might not be aware of, for example, does the transfer station have a discount program for things like this? Because the volunteers are paying, you know, to get rid of the trash themselves. The homeowner's not doing that. So, you know, I'll go over and get a trailer load and I'll pay the $5. We just had somebody take a 16-foot trailer over, it cost $25. Is there any kind of discount program available that they might be able to give us a discounted rate or something like that? I have no idea what resources might be available.
Okay. Yeah, so for the counties that have the transfer stations, you could call and ask them if they have any. For the town, we're saying that we would provide resources as far as dumpsters available to where you can bring the trash within the guidelines, right? To the dumpsters here at Town Hall in July, and then again, the dumpsters available at Venus Park in August. And so if you could line up your work with that, I don't know. If you can't, then I guess you'd have to, contact the counties for the transfer station to see if there are any discounts for a situation like this.
And how do we get the dates those dumpsters will be available?
They'll be on the Town of Edgewood website, and I'll try to make sure to post them to Nextdoor too.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for all you're doing. We really appreciate it. Okay, future meetings. We have regular commission meeting, as I mentioned, next week, and then the ICIP we already talked about. The option is there to have a second meeting for the ICIP, if we need to. And so I think Stephanie already mentioned that. And then we have a public hearing July 19th for review and approval of the final budget for FY 22-23. Is it August or it is July? Okay.
Yes, the final budget must be submitted by the 31st of July.
So we have July 19th for the review and approval of the final budget for fiscal year 23. And future events, community cleanup days, we just talked about. And that one would be at Venus Park, and we'll get something scheduled for July here at the Town Hall North Complex area. And future agenda items, we have bars for fiscal year 22 to wrap up that. And next we have closed session. We just need a motion to go into closed session. Okay, I'll make a motion for roll call vote pursuant to NMSA 1978, Section 1015-1H2 for confidential discussion on the hiring, promotion, demotion, dismissal, assignment, or resignation of a public employee for the investigation or consideration of complaints or charges against the employee, specifically information technology employee. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Commissioner Brennan seconds. Commissioner Powers, how do you vote?
Aye.
I vote aye. Commissioner Brennan?
Aye.
Commissioner Donner?
Aye.
Okay, we're in closed session at 7:06.